All right. Oh. Man, we barely get on. They already in. Pitbull to A Money. Let's get ready to rumble.
Y'all know me, family. I stay in the start.
She stay on it. She stay ready.
The only thing I wanted is to live in a little bit of positivity. That's
hey,
all.
we were positive about our observation. That's talk about it.
Well, y'all, we are back once again. It is the At the Round Table podcast show, and I am sitting here with the two that make the world go around. In spite of Corona, don't matter.
Yep, Corona and Lyme ain't got nothing on us.
That's right.
There you go, right there. Over here to my immediate right is
your girl Pitbull, aka in a dress. No.
That was awkward.
Your girl Melissa, aka Pitbull in a dress. Hi,
family. Yes.
And here to my immediate left,
Adrian Biddle, aka A Money.
why they call you A Money, man?
Cause you can
Bank on it. Yes, that's my man. Yes, indeed. I love it.
And in front of us, we have our brother, the man, the author, the dude on the keys behind the board, the stirrer, CD, Kerry Digsby.
What's going on, family? It is good to be back. Man, it seems like it, man. We say that every time we get together. It's like, it seems like it's been forever.
I miss all of y'all.
I did get a question in the inbox.
Which
you ever
was the
think
question?
that you guys will start doing a weekly show?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I got something for that. And you?
I ain't been peeking. I didn't peek. I didn't.
Well, since you brought it up.
Yeah, since you brought it up.
These next 4 weeks.
These next
4 weeks.
Wow.
You will be able to catch us live at new shows just for these next 3 to 4 weeks. Well, that's 4 weeks actually.
3? Oh, 4.
4.
3?
4.
4, 5, 4.
See.
Hey.
For the man from the 5th floor.
Yeah, so we look forward to doing that, and hopefully you all will come on and share and view us. And one of those 4 shows, y'all don't mind me getting into it.
Go ahead, get into it.
March the 28th, we are doing a sponsorship podcast, and that show will fall on a Saturday at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a 2-hour show.
Just 2 hours.
2 hours. I have a lot to do in 2 hours.
That's right. So we're looking to actually try to raise or gain sponsorship for a worthy cause, as well as, in addition to that, to actually help support us as well.
Yes.
Yes. Shout out to Robert Connor for joining us at the round table. What's
Connor.
going on,
Hey,
Robert?
Robert.
Salute. So yeah, that's gonna be fire. We've never done it on Saturday.
I know.
We can actually have people come and visit and sit
Come
down
visit
and
sit down
yeah.
and be like, hey.
Mm-hmm.
Because we ask that you guys honestly, truly understand that we do this because we enjoy doing it. However, there is time involved, that sacrifice, not only us personally, our families, energy, because doing it throughout the week on the time frame that we're doing it, we're coming right after work. And there's a cost involved. There is money involved to make sure that we have a quality place for quality productions to bring you something that you can enjoy and go back and watch and listen to. It costs. So, having so many likes on our page, do you not understand that if everybody who we reached out to and invited to our page that said, hey, I like you guys, if they would give us $2 for every person, we would be sponsored and have a place to broadcast for the rest of 2020. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're doing. That's what we're asking for. And also to do more events where we can reach out and touch you and meet you personally. So, these are things that have to get done, and we have to say, hey, family, we need you to come and give us some support if you want us to continue doing this. So I'm excited about the sponsorship show. I can't wait.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. Definitely gonna be fun. And what else is going on? So we got the sponsorship show, and then we've got our next show, which Who's our guest again?
Somebody real known in the Charlotte area.
Very well. Yes, yes. Pray tell, who is it? There.
She's a host of Milky Balls podcast show. Go ahead and drop the name.
MVP.
Yes. Yeah, we are going to have Elise Sadler on our show as well. I mean, she's another podcaster, an amazing host. She does a lot of things. She's multi-talented. So
Yes.
just to have another creative sister on board is going to be great.
I am so excited.
Yeah, she's very excited. I'm fearful sometimes too. But hey, sometimes you gotta.
We promise we won't take over. We promise.
Yeah. That's gonna be really fun. And then we have another show after that. And then what else is going on? Because we're gonna be kind of busy for March, April, and May. Yeah. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, At the Round Table is coming out of its stable. So we're taking off running.
Yeah, so we know what we're doing all the way up until the first week of April. But I guess the elephant in the room right now is the UTM Award.
Yes.
Third annual.
I mean, we've been doing it for a while.
Yes.
Man, oh man. What's going on, Sammy McCall? Thank you for joining us at the Roundtable Podcast Show. Hey, do me a favor, if y'all are on here right now, share it with some friends. Everybody come on, because you're going to love this topic we're about to jump on.
Yes.
The UTM Awards. Oh, my goodness.
UTM Awards. And so we're just going to do some quick snippets. First, thank Kerry for doing this. This is his brainchild. It's his baby. Wanted to give back to the community. Wanted to say, hey, we want to do something locally to stay and support those who have been supporting, him, Urban Times, and At the Round Table, Charlotte in the Know. I mean, we have had, different people come up and say just things out the blue. I caught this. I mean, it's amazing, the Sugar Mama show that you guys did a couple years back. It has picked up momentum all over again.
Boy, all over again. That was like crazy right there.
So, for those people, this award show is giving a spotlight to those who really give back to the community, and then give our family a chance to come out and meet and participate. And actually, you might meet somebody who you commented on on one of the things. So, one of the nominees, or one of the, what am I looking for here?
The nomination, awards.
Yeah, so your award title is for Best Blogger Social Influence Award. So you have Lakeisha Woods, Sean Allison, and Todd Basically Blog Neely. And Best Podcast Award, No Advisory Podcast, us at the Round Table.
Woohoo!
Digital Foreplay, I love Digital Foreplay name, I love it. Milky Boss Podcast, The Convo L&E, and Rhonda Evans, and Without No DJ Podcast. And Rhonda and I used to work together. Best Restaurant Award, we have Sushi Queen, Merck's Heart and Soul, Doggone Vegan, and Mr. Three's Crab Pot. Best Wedding Event Planner, Shawan Crowley, SDS Events LLC, Joy Drakeford, Stacy Torrance, Solid Rock Events. Best Photographer Award is Flawless Capture, love that name. Tim Hines, 180 Productions LLC, Raphael Bassey.
Yes, and then we also got the Indie Artist Award. That's Mr. Jones, coming out of the Chi-Town area, Nikki Canada, Natara, and Nakia Canada. We also have the Visual Artist Award, which is Bree Stallings, Lena Janelle, Old Garanger alumni, and Art by Abel. The Crown Keeper Award, which is the Community Service Award. We have Angie Bell with Lamps Love Project, Queen City Unity Team, and Deneen Isles, A Princess Closet. The Good Shepherd Award, which is for ministry. We've got Courage Molina Ministries, Charles E. Jacobs, John Lofton, and Bishop Marvin L. McMillan. Then we also have the Entrepreneur of the Year Award, which is Marty Bowser with Role Model Publicity, Al Sadiq Banks, Doug Bennett, Rhonda Evans, Byron D. Williams, and S. Renee Thompson, aka Socialite.
Mm.
And then we also have the Outstanding Educator of the Year Award, which is Teresa B. Howell, Cynthia Johnson, Therese Swan Hutchison with Doobie Shop, and Sean Lucky Corbett, of course, with the Lucky Shop Barbershop. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. What you got over there, bro?
And rounding off the last couple of awards are the Fashion Forward Award
Mm-hmm.
with the nominees of Lamont Hart, William Wilson, and my little sis Felicia Biddle. Partial with that. Jennifer Cook. And the last award is Author and Literary Work of the Year Award. So we have J.M. Benjamin, Teresa B. Howell, Keisha Green, as well as Shelley R. Clark.
Yes, indeed. And just to let y'all know, we changed up one of the awards, the Crown Keeper Community Service Award. We're actually changing that up. It's going to be reflective of a certain group, certain two individuals that are here in the QC that gives a lot to the community. We've renamed it to the Galloway Award. That's in a tribute to Dup and SWAT. And then we also have the Icon Award. The Icon Award is the last award that we'll present, which is basically that individual that encompasses so much, not only in the community, but also in the arts and such, and that have blazed a trail. So that award is a special award that we'll be giving out to certain individuals. Stay tuned, because you will be there and see it presented.
Right.
And the cool thing that you mentioned earlier to me too is that these nominees were actually voted by the people.
Yes.
It wasn't any names that we dropped in their head and just said, these sound pretty good to pull out and just nominate.
We did not create this list.
Exactly.
You guys created this list. So we are locked, loaded, and voting will begin. And so we really need you to participate to vote the nominee who you feel deserve these awards.
That's it.
Thank you for the nomination again this year for at the Roundtable Podcast Show.
Thank you.
Yes.
We definitely appreciate it. And as people are coming on right now, and I thank you for saying that too, bro, because I know we had there was a comment or something made in regards to the nominee. I think there was something that was said, "Hey, Charlie, too, top fan, what's going on? Good to see you, sis."
Hey,
Hey,
Charlie. Sorry I didn't get a chance to see you when you were here,
Yeah,
Charlie.
we definitely hate that because so much stuff was going on in the last weekend of CIAA
Right.
and so much nonsense. But it's interesting because somebody made a comment on the nominees and they were kind of like, I don't know if it was like negative or it was not understood or whatever. So I'm glad you said that because we don't come up with these nominations. People have their choices and people are the ones that threw this in the hat, so to speak. So I say that because if you can think of a business or an individual that needs to be nominated, nominate them. We always do it around February through March for nominations, and then we start voting. So you had the opportunity to nominate. You also had the opportunity to nominate an award you think should happen. Because we actually added one, which is basically the Wedding Planner Award. Because we had got so many hits on it, and people saying, "Hey, what about wedding planners? We do a lot of work." So we added it. So again, this is not only the People's Podcast, but the award is for the people, by the people.
Yeah, I think that one of our viewers, one of our family members, I didn't take it as being negative. I just took it as the fact that, she was very into looking at the nominees and she noticed that her pick for the restaurants were not gonna be what she would have suggested. So I immediately said, well, who would you nominate?
Right.
And she was able to give me some dialect for that. So, we'll definitely take those into consideration and add them to the list because again, this is the People's Podcast and you guys run this. We are basically just a vessel, we are a platform, so we can get the information out and get what you want.
Indeed. So Charlie Toot is on. Joy Garrett, thank you for joining us at the Roundtable Podcast Show.
Sure.
We definitely appreciate you being on.
Hey, shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
And I'm done.
Okay.
My tax preparer. When I say she do work, she
She
does
does
work.
work.
She done pull some stuff out of her right pocket this year.
Right.
So if y'all are in need of a good tax preparer, check out Jack Tinsley on Facebook.com.
Mm.
Jack Tinsley. You won't see a name, and don't let the small amount of people that follow her actually deter you from actually following her or reaching out to her. I guarantee she'll do you right.
All right.
All right.
You heard it.
Well, he really gonna be able to bank on them when
Gonna
he
bank
gets
on it,
there.
yeah. That's why they call him Made Money. 'Cause he got people working.
Make money.
That's what's up.
So which one of y'all gonna do the topic?
Yeah. Who's gonna do the topic? This is gonna be a fire topic. I can already tell. It's gonna be
So,
nice.
I'm trying to remember the way it was phrased. So, how would you define love? I'm correct. The topic of the day is how would you define love?
All right. Well, you heard her over there, so we're gonna go ahead and let her start it off.
Why I gotta start it off? I just was, in agreement. Yeah.
So,
I think I'm twisted sometimes about it. My definition of love changes.
uh-oh.
I know that may sound a little like
That was like 3 songs you just mentioned.
Yeah.
By doing that.
twisted, triggered, all day. Yeah, and I think because the way I love is what causes my definition of it to change. Because if I don't feel that I am getting either it's being accepted or reciprocated, then yeah, I'm not very loyal to love.
Wait a minute, hold on. You gotta rephrase that. Say that again. She said, God, Lord.
I'm not very committed to love.
Okay.
Because I will drop it in a minute if I don't feel like it's doing me right. Put it that way.
Ah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Hey, money.
We just transparent today, right? I can be real, right?
You're real.
That's what we do. Ooh, boy, love it takes on so many meanings.
Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Hey, Vicky. Vicky Smith joined us at the round table.
Vicky.
Women are coming in. It's gonna be fire.
Love is forgiveness, and I had I can say without a shadow of a doubt that I had gotten a lot of that over the last month or two. So that's certainly one aspect of it is forgiveness is good gracious, it is just selflessness, the daring part to want to make sure that you put that other person or other thing in front of you before your own. There's so many things. It's not one thing.
It's huge. It's so it encompasses so much.
Yes, it does.
So Charlie too, of course, chimed in. She said, "First, I truly believe love is a language spoken in many dialects or simple. Love languages are real."
They are.
Let me write that down.
Write that down on the board, please.
Love languages are real.
Love languages are real.
Love languages.
You better say that, girl.
Get it, amen. Yeah, love languages are real.
Olivia J. Hayward, thank you for joining us at the Roundtable Podcast Show. We appreciate it. Olivia, let me ask you a question. How do you define love? What do you think about love? Go ahead and share with us. We're gonna be real tonight.
Love don't live here anymore. No, I'm playing.
There's another song. Rolls Royce. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we showing our age. All right. So, yeah, share with us what you think about love. Man, that's kind of deep right there. Charlie just like that's why she top fan. That's why she got a diamond next to her name. She dropped it on us real quick. What is man?
So, what is it to you?
What is love to me?
Yep.
Love, man, that's a love can be challenging. Love can be endearing. Love can be faithful. Love can be unfaithful. Love can take you to places in which you would never thought you would be, and sometimes love can drop you right where you at.
That sounds like a romance novel.
I know, that sounds like you
Hey,
wrote a poem.
I'm just telling you what love is.
No doubt.
I mean, love
No
is
doubt.
deep. I mean, because some people they don't. I think. Well, no, I don't even want to get to that part. I'm gonna let Melissa do it because when she do it, she does it so elegantly. But love can, like she said, love has many languages, and I guess it's the type of language that you feel at that time you're wishing to speak to that individual.
Love is not constant.
chill in my spine when she said that. Love is not constant.
It is
But-
not constant.
You know, and piggybacking off of that,
Okay, go ahead.
I think love is work.
It is.
Amen.
It's action.
Yes,
Mm.
it is.
It's action. It's work. If you're
Love
not gonna
is-
work, you ain't gonna have it.
Love is a noun and a verb.
It
It
is.
is. It is.
And I feel like until I really knew love of Christ, I can't separate my faith from anything that I do. Before I knew the love of God and love of Christ,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know and understand truly how to love.
Mm.
And so, you know, even though I said what I said in a joking manner, it is true. I
Right.
mean, and I feel like I have, you know, a great partner, a great spouse, and that there's never a time when love is without,
Mm-hmm.
but we have different ways. I have different ways. Let me not speak for him.
Mhm.
I have different ways and different channels of and strengths of love depending on sometimes other stuff that has nothing to do with him.
Mhm.
Having love for a spouse, a loved one, family,
Mhm.
friends, a favorite object. I mean, it can just cover so many things, and I think that we change our love language, pattern, behavior, extension by what we feel that day.
Mhm.
Well said.
Well,
Well,
so Charlie just said, my love language is service, so I can do things to show mine and appreciate when people do little things for me. Just speak my language. I'm with you, Charlie. We twins. I'm the same way. I love to give. And a lot of times when you give, you should never expect something to be given back. But it's kind of hard when it comes to love. You know, when you're giving somebody some money or whatever, so because you know they need it, that's one thing. You know that it's going out and it may never come back. But when it comes to love, you always think that if I give that person my heart and I love them, I would hope that they reciprocate that back. And when it doesn't, that's when love hurts. Ooh, we about
My
to get
love
ready.
language, Charlie, is food.
Ooh, I ain't even going there.
What? Wait, whoa, no, what? My love language is food. Like,
So if somebody take you out to eat and stuff, you know they.
so how I express, if you come to my house is known as the Bartlett Bistro. So,
Oh,
like,
okay, gotcha. Okay.
I like to prepare
Food.
food,
Okay.
and that's like my love language. If, you know, I will get, prime example, this right here, I never had it before, but it is so good. I feel so warm and fuzzy inside, because my bro thought about me and said, hey, she gonna need something to drink. Boom, I love it. That's my love language. Like, I like food, drinks, stuff
Mhm.
like that, sweets.
Mhm.
If Ben bakes me a pound cake,
Oh, it's on. It's straight then. Boy, he good for the whole week.
he good for
Ben,
the whole
hear that?
Yeah, that's
Ben,
lemon
Pound cake.
lemon pound cake.
lemon pound cake, extra glaze.
pound cake.
They have had the lemon
Yeah,
pound cake,
off
so
chain, boy.
yes, he makes it
Boy,
with
that's
love.
skills.
Yes. That's just me. That's just me. I probably shouldn't be such a fatty, but I'm just saying that's honest. I like food.
Oh man, so Charlie just chimed in again. Charlie gonna be on this one right here. I knew this would be her language because she is so perfect on this topic. She said, love is constantly flowing but blocked more consistently than allowed to flow freely between beings. Love is energy. Its vibrations can be positive and negative depending on the conduit.
Yes, Charlie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Charlie. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. This topic actually motivated me to write a piece.
Uh-oh. For real? For real? You got it with you?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
All right.
I'll post it on our page, guys. I'll post it.
All right. Are we gonna have some
So spoken word now.
spoken word? Gonna cut the light down,
No.
burn incense, let people hear the love. Oh boy. Yes, indeed.
There is a speakeasy group starting to pop up in Charlotte. I think they're having their first sidebar. Sorry, they're having their first show in April.
Mm-hmm.
I've been invited to speak. So once I get details on that, definitely post on the page. And then if you want to hear some of my work, you know, actually that's come out and support that.
No doubt.
All right. Charlie said, "Oh, thank you. That's what's up." So we talked about love, and we talked about the ebb and the flow, and the conduit, and energy and vibrations. So, do we use the word love?
Not as much as we should.
Well, either not as we should, or too much without any sustenance behind it. Do we use it? Do we use it all loosey goosey?
Loosey goosey on, no, I don't.
Because I remember an older sister used to work with. She used to say, "Oh, you don't love me." You know, when somebody said, "Oh, I love you," and she'd be like, "You don't love me. You just using that word all the long way. You don't even know what it fully means." So is that what's happening in today's society? Do we use the word love like they're draws?
I think society has gotten away from it. I think they like the feeling of it, but they don't really want to have it. I think they're scared to have it because everything's so spontaneous, instantaneous. Just get what you want right then. Okay, that was yesterday. Let's move on to the next. That to feel good and that warm and fuzziness for that moment, oh, they enjoy it, but they're scared. I think society is scared to really search and seek love.
Jeez.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's getting all deep on us. Wow.
I think the difference of a lot of us in the population even know what love is anymore.
Okay.
I done heard plenty of people talk about what someone could bring to the table materialistically
Right.
and wanted to be with them, then that was enough to make them love them. Than just accepting what that person can give you emotionally and in time. So, do we even know what love is anymore?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's another side.
Do we even know?
No. Deanne and Queen, thank you for joining us at the Roundtable Podcast Show. Deanne, we're talking about love. So the question is,
do you know what love is? What's the meaning of love?
yeah.
Come on.
We need the echo picture on the mic.
Share.
Share with us.
Define, how do you define love?
How do you define love? So Charlie just said, "I do not. Love means too much to my own healing, and I am an empath, so it is not healthy for me too." Wow.
Do you feel that more people are guarded against love?
Another take too.
That's another take, yeah. Oh, I got one. So with that being said, even with past relationships, when you thought you were loved and you were hurt, does that keep you from fully loving the one that you should be with?
So that's two different things.
Explain, Sid.
I think the hurt keeps you from being with that person. But I don't think that the hurt negates the love.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
So
Because that's why you hurt. Because you love them.
you love the first person.
You love the first person.
But okay, so if the first person who you quote unquote loved is now out of the picture, so you're carrying that scar, you're carrying that emotional baggage. So now you get with somebody who's wanting to love you, and you're not fully investing or loving them the way you did the first person, because you're still thinking back over here of what happened.
I still feel that if you didn't want love, you wouldn't be with anybody.
No, now.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, now.
If you're, I know it happens, and I'm not gonna act like that doesn't happen. But I'm just saying that hurt person wants love because you're opening up yourself to another relationship.
But
that hurt, that scar, is the reminder of, well, this is what happened last time. So the whole picture of that is the person that's hurt. See, nobody tells you, don't get with someone else. You need to heal first. Nobody has that conversation.
right.
And then what that person does is you just make this new person jump through all these hurdles and hoops because you just want confirmation that they're not going to do it again, and it's never a confirmation. So you do wind up missing out sometimes on a person that can really love you because you are letting that hurt. But I still feel that the fact that you're there, you're present, you're in this relationship means that you want love. That you're not opposed to it.
But what if it's one of those situations then in which somebody's saying, oh, it's just like riding a bike. You know, you fall off, you get back on. You got to get back out there. You got to get back out there. And they do get back out there, but they're getting back out there for the wrong reason. Not to find love, but just to put a salve on the hurt and the pain that they experience.
Well, you do, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't do it. And this is where we, I think, our generation is the last of the influential, common sense people. People under than us. God. Anyway,
Another story.
Yeah.
that's another show. This is where we have to give those allowances and those okays and speak that wisdom and say, guess what? You were hurt and you need to heal. You don't need to go back out there.
Right.
You know, you don't need to have it. You know, there's all kinds of sayings. You know, forget your ass, get up on another. Like, there's so much other stuff
What?
you do.
Yeah. You heard
So,
it. That's old school.
I heard.
Yeah.
So you have to say that's not right. When you love, you open and bare your soul. And when that person hurts you, they scorch your soul. You have to heal. You have to heal. You can't keep opening up and opening up. You don't have a chance to heal.
Right.
So when you're hurt and that old person, you have to look at yourself. And some people go, oh, that person hurt you. You have to also say, what did I do? They want to be a victim, but you got to also say, hey, what did I do?
You know what?
Okay.
That was deep.
That was deep.
That was like an Oprah moment.
It was an open.
I just say, Bob.
Ooh.
Oh.
Fin, thank you for joining us at the round table. Fin, joining us here. All right. So Charlie Two said, I also don't believe you can inflict your definition on someone. You simply need to offer your love as how you speak it and hope it is not lost in translation.
Woo! Charlie, how many times have people been like, when you get past the dating, and you like, hey, dang, who I thought they were. You know what? You knew they weren't putting down, they weren't picking up what you was putting down, and know what they say? You were putting down a certain type of love and a love language, and they weren't picking it up. Should have walked away then. There's a lot of times people feel like, oh, well, I'm going to make him or I'm going to make her. No, just walk away.
Just walk away.
Just walk away.
So she said, love and hurt cause confusion when not communicated. Loving someone with proper communication in relationships is where damage is done, in my opinion. Without proper communication is where damage is done, in my opinion. She said, autocorrect. So yeah.
That's
That's
true.
me.
That's true.
That's me.
No.
Shut it up. That's me. It's hard for me, guys.
What, to communicate?
It's hard for me to communicate love. It's hard for me to communicate my feelings, guys.
Wow.
Like hard, like literally, like it's an effort I have to do. Yeah.
Are you starting to become more comfortable with trying?
I hate when he asks some kind of questions.
You do?
It's sincere, but it's sarcastic.
No, not at all. No, I didn't mean that.
Only my bro can say stuff like this to me, right? Y'all know this. I am, because I realize I don't want to push my husband away. I also realize that I have two young women that look at me, for example, and they let me know, like, yeah, there are certain things, Mom, we're just like you. There are certain things that, you know, we want to be, and that is one of the things that we could do without. We do not want to do that. We need you to speak up, blah, blah, blah. So I'm working on it.
Well, the cool thing about that is that everybody's not built the same.
That's
Everybody
true.
don't think the same.
True.
The thing that you showing in love is that you making an attempt.
Okay.
That's the cool part.
That's it.
But y'all know, y'all sisters, this up here is, this is a little twisted up here, man. Y'all know.
Yeah.
Carrie, isn't it?
Everybody there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing, because Charlie Choose was pretty much echoing what I was just thinking. She said, that's when you find yourself in a situationship or a relationship with yourself. So here's a love that you kind of mentioned but didn't fully say. You gotta love yourself first.
That's
the
your
truth.
song.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Especially after the hurt has occurred, you got to love
I
yourself.
think I'm gonna make a playlist for this show.
Oh man, wouldn't that be dope?
Yeah,
All the love
I
songs?
think I'm gonna make a playlist for this
Okay,
show.
okay. What's gonna be the first song? Spotlight. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say
You're
it.
not gonna say, oh, come on.
No. I had one of those twisted moments right then. I had like all this just blew up. And I said, don't you say it, don't you say it, don't you say it. Don't you say it.
So Charlie 2 just said, I am still learning to properly communicate mine. Ooh, Charlie, hold on. She said, I am a feral person, emotionally.
Wow, that's a unique description.
Yes. Sit up on that one, boy. She said, so it is very hard for me to show love or recognize it as genuine because many have been charlatans of love. Wow.
Just so poetic.
She is. She's just like waxing poetry right now, boy. She said, charlatans. You fraud. How dare you?
You little peasants.
Yes, peasants. Well, we loving Charlie right now, boy. That's why she got her diamond next to her name, boy. That is deep.
Yeah, it is.
But it goes back to what we were saying, because people be faking when it comes to love. I think, especially young people. Young people use that word and they just throw it out there because it allows them entry a lot of times into areas in which they be playing.
Manipulated and plotting.
Yeah, you can't do that now. I remember back in the day, boy, when you messed around, you threw the love word up and you was faking the funk. Well, that's hot grease and grit sometimes.
Not only
Ooh.
did you catch the wrath from the girl,
Right?
your boys or your girls, whoever your crew was, they be like, dude, why'd you say that? Or, oh my God, girl, why did you say that?
Mm-hmm.
We had boundaries. We had a understanding.
Right.
You didn't do that.
Yeah. Used to beat around the bush.
Or that would be when you was feeling a certain kind of way. Because I know back in the day, way back in the day, you
Right.
know.
One more way.
One way. And he'd be like, I think I love you. I'd be like, ooh.
Oh, okay. I got something on the stove. Time me to go.
Hey, you know, you walking in the park. I think I love you. Hey. Time to go.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way. Like, we just, nah, we're not there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was respectful enough to say, yeah, we're not the same place. So, being honest with you, we can still kick it, but just understand that I ain't, and I'm hard to make do anything. So, you might want to go and find you somebody who, yeah.
You out there breaking hearts.
Well, she was left to right, boy.
Dang.
She was Ginsu, chopping them up.
I can't help how you feel.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, player.
Jill Scott said, you know what this was?
Wow. Whoa, boy. Boy, there's some brothers up there, boy. They like, dang, boy.
Still man.
Still man. Thought I had.
Still man.
I don't know who she was talking to. So Charlie too just chimed in. I swear I love Charlie. She said, or admit you are learning to love or where you are in your love journey. I don't mean just romantic remember love. Starts with your first breath or before.
Hey, Charlie.
Think of your first example, even before you found romantic or thought you were ready to find romantic love.
You need to write a book.
She sure do, man. I mean, I tell you.
Me and Charlie might need to collab on something.
She's dropping some stuff. Okay, people, because Charlie is like dropping all kinds of stuff. I know y'all watching. Are you scared of love?
I think so. That's why they're scared.
Yeah, because there's no comments. Does love scare you? Do you feel as though you're less than a person by talking about love? Oh, somebody, did they chime in? Charlie just said this topic is fire. Charlie, tell me. It's fire. They scared. They are scared of speaking.
Well, wait. Let's not say they're scared.
I say they're scared.
They're taking in information. They're learning.
They not.
Hey,
They
in class?
normally not this silent.
They're not this silent. In class, you can raise your hand
Yeah.
and still take notes. I
I
mean,
say
come
they're
on.
learning. They're learning. They're taking it in.
If we were talking about sex, it'd be a whole bunch of stuff.
True.
There's a line though that a lot of times people blur between love and sex. Oh, that's a song.
Sometimes the sex make you think you're in love.
Put your mama on the phone.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Uh-oh.
make you feel like it.
But yeah, I think when it comes to love though, a lot of times, and maybe it's how society is right now, because you know, when you turn on TV, you look on the internet and things of that nature, it's easy for us to see something sexual.
Yep.
But when it comes to love, I mean, to see two people that are like just really in each other's space, like they say, that energy is just like flowing between them, and they just, yeah, I mean, it seems like we don't see enough of that. But it's okay for us to see people, you know, and then even like say for example the shows that are out right now, The Bachelor and all that stuff. You gotta kiss all these girls and go through all this and stuff, and then they find out, yeah, you know, stuff with one of them in the lighthouse and all this other stuff. But where's the love?
What goes on that show?
Oh, it's just
I don't know where
downright
the
traffic.
coronavirus came from.
Ooh.
All that
Mm-hmm.
flopping and mopping.
So Charlie said maybe not be fear, it could be misunderstanding. Explain, Charlie. I need to know this because it seems like how can you misunderstand, or is it something that maybe somebody had taught them?
Wait a minute now. Don't act like you can't misunderstand. I
Love.
misunderstand love. I misunderstood love.
Love and sex? How can you misunderstand that? One
Oh,
is
you
physical,
talking about
another is
love
yeah.
and sex?
I mean, because here's like, you know, we're talking about love, and it seems like to be cricket. You know, it's quiet. But then it's like when it's about sex, it's like, oh yeah, ooh yeah, nah. And you get all these. Why is it so hard for us to profess love and talk about love? Like I love my wife.
Say it again.
I love my wife. I mean, she will tell you I will walk through hellfire with gasoline draws for her.
Oh, right. That's a love right there.
And she better be ready to pat that fire out when I get done. That's love in itself, you know. But I mean, to be able to really admonish each other in love, I think a lot of times people don't understand it.
Love is scary, Carrie.
Oh.
Well, a poet didn't know that.
Yeah. Love is scary.
It is, but then you know you have to be willing to jump out there. I mean, because how, you know, what was that song? One love, one love.
Oh, wow.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. I mean, you'll never know.
This is true. And and again, harping on what I was spoken upon earlier, it's constant. It's always growth in that. It's gonna be some hiccups, but that's the sign. And I'm speaking on recent experience, but that's the sign of. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this.
Go on, spit it out, bro.
No.
That's how
Don't
you
care.
know what love is. When you're down, at your lowest,
Mm-hmm.
or when you're looking at the writing on the wall and it's potentially, I don't want to be here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that keeps you going to want to make it work with that individual.
Uh-huh.
And that is love.
Go ahead, Adrian.
Love you, Tara.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my brother right there, boy. So
Aw.
Leslie Spencer Benoit just joined us at the round table. What's up, Leslie? What? What?
Oh, no.
I got this incomplete sidebar going on here. My bad, Leslie.
Hello, Mrs. Benoit.
Hey, Les.
Man, so Charlie just said, or lack of knowledge on the topic. They say don't open your mouth unless you know what you're talking about. Be patient. Those who are ready will say something. Okay, and be patient.
Be patient.
All right, next thing. Charlie said love is more than sex. Sex is exercise, not emotion. Emotions are a great many things.
But emotions make the sex so much better.
Mm. Wait a minute, so Charlie just said, love is more than sex. Sex is exercise, not emotion.
Yeah, but when you have both of them together, woo!
Emotions are a great many things. Listen, say that. So Leslie, let me ask you this. What do you think about love?
How do you define it?
Yeah, define love, Leslie. Inquiring minds want to know. That is interesting. Love is more than sex. Sex is exercise, not emotion.
Well, if you love exercise.
Or you love that form.
Hey,
Tomato.
No, seriously, though, I feel that because love gives you such a spiritual connection, if you want to be in tune with that person,
True.
and you can think something and they'll do it, or they'll say it, or they'll bring it, or they'll ask you if you need it, that is true love. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to say I'm having a bad day or I'm feeling this type of way. When you have a connection with love, that person picks up. I'm not saying they mind readers, but there's just that because you're sharing that energy, they'll feel there's something off.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
And I think that's what a lot of people, they love, or they may love who they're with. They may even be married to somebody that they love. But to me, that's the difference between loving somebody and being in love with somebody. Having that connection where it's yin and yang with each other, that's in love with somebody. You can love somebody and be okay and have a prosperous and productive relationship. But when you in love with somebody, you don't have to do a lot of explanations. You don't have to do a lot because you connect.
So is it more so infatuation out here right now in this world?
Yeah, and that's temporary. You already know how sheer infatuation is, and then it's already temporary. I think that's what we got going on. I agree with you on that, A-Money.
Infatuation. So not love, but infatuate.
Yeah.
Well, going off of what Charlie's suggestion may be as far as someone chiming in right now, do we know the difference between love and infatuation? Do you all know what the difference between love and infatuation is?
Love versus infatuation.
I think infatuation is so fast. To me, infatuation is like running down a hill. Remember when you're in the end, you running? You know how that feel? Like you still kind of have control, but you're at this point, gravity and the force is propelling you. To me, that's what infatuation is.
Good analogy.
Very good analogy. So what happens when you get to the bottom of the hill?
You usually fall before you get there. You usually fall and wipe out before you even get to the bottom of the hill. But I feel that infatuation it can be exciting, but it's very, very short-lived.
Yes.
So Charlie just said lots of lust disguised as love too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you need to be honest. When I've lusted, I know I'm lusting. I know.
You talking honest with yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, I mean, you can be honest with that person too. It's just about how bold you are. I'm that bold.
Oh, God.
I am that bold. I can let you know, hey, I think we can do something. And I think it'll be great. Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of guys and women aren't that bold.
No.
But but guess what? You knew exactly what my intentions were. And I'm not expecting anything from you. You understand? So a lot of people who they want to act like they bold. And they're really not that bold. I am. Excuse me. I was.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go over there.
I was.
Go over there. Chicken. That's Pitbull over here.
That's right.
Yeah. That's why I got that name. Yeah, I know.
Wow. So let me ask y'all this then, because and y'all keep chiming in, please, because we're just throwing this out there, and I'm hopefully this will circulate around and people start chiming in as well, even after the show, because we really want to talk about love. So I'm gonna throw this out there to two of y'all real quick, or we can just throw it out there to the table. When did you know this was true love?
Oh. Oh, wow.
So you even got quiet in here.
You wanna go first?
I want you to go first.
Okay. She knew it before I did.
Wow.
She really did. And when I realized that it was true love on my end
On your.
was when I was down and out again. I was sick,
Mm.
and we were staying together. I was sick, and I got sick on myself and couldn't make it out of the bed in time to run to the bathroom to release what was on my stomach.
Okay.
So I did all that in the bed. She woke up and she said, "So, are you okay? Can I get you anything?" I said, I'm so embarrassed. I threw up in the bed and I couldn't make it. I'm so sorry. She said, "It's all right. Just lay back down." Got a wet cloth, rubbed my head, and commenced with cleaning up what I had did with no complaining or no issues or anything. And that showed me a lot. Now, there's a lot of people that would run away for something like that. I was
Hey. Hey. Well, me and Sis had a real moment there. Look at
Oh, let me ask you this.
that.
How long have you guys been dating when this happened?
Yeah.
How long was it? Maybe 8 months.
Oh,
Okay. 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 All right.
yeah.
Boy.
Might have been a year. Might have been right at a year.
Right out of you.
Yeah.
Taking care of you?
Dang.
No, I'm just joking.
So
I'm just being messy. I'm just being messy.
No, you been a mess.
But but that showed me a lot. 'Cause like I said, I'd be hard pressed on anybody that I was dating prior to that would have been so willing to do something
He
like
looked at
that.
the way she's standing up home and said, "That's the one for me."
See, this is what happens when I try to share. This is what happens when I try to share an honest experience. And I always know whenever I share something honestly, I'm gonna get ridiculed for it.
It's not ridicule. It's not ridicule. It's for those who don't know, A Money's wife, Queen T. When I tell you she loves her husband, she loves her husband. And I told the both of them, not only do I admire the way that they love their wives, but I admire the way that their wives love them. And I've had the pleasure to hang out with them, speak with them. We have girl talk, and I mean, truly, Queen T loves Adrian to her all being. So I'm laughing, but that's because I have backstory in history with how they got together. So I'm excited. I like that. That's a nice story. That is.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Y'all think? We
Yeah.
bonded?
Yeah. That's how you keep it real.
Keep it real, man.
Yeah.
Mark Barber, thank you for joining us at the Round Table Show.
It's Barbara.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's real right there, man. Shoot.
I think I knew I was in love when it bothered me. Let's see how to put this. I'm a little weird. First of all, I know that I love you when I'm thinking about you. I am, literally like my day is needing to have you in it, whether it's a thought, talk, seeing you. You had that moment where you're like trying to be whatever, like, oh, it don't bother me. It bothers me. If something you do or say bothers me, I know that I'm falling in love with you. If something that, I just think, or there might even be somebody who's trying to, be around,
Mhm.
and I want to go full throttle. I
Mhm.
love you, because I have guarded myself so long from love that I was never willing to let it go, and then it just happens and so my husband and I, when we were dating, it was a very, very interesting dynamic around where we worked and everything, and I think I get to that point where I was like, I think I like him, because it was making, I was like, I being very protective.
Yes.
Why is she over there? Why, he works in a store, he's providing a service. Why she ain't here? She gets, I think that you have that moment for me. If I want to physically do for you, be with you, or hurt somebody, I love you. I love you. I don't have anything as sweet as Adrian.
That was
Nice, yeah.
you took it up to another level. That's
You
when you
talking about-
trying to hurt
Yeah,
somebody?
you gonna cut somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby, I'm with you. Not a
Yeah,
problem.
you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Hurry up and get what you need to out this store and be gone.
Let me go.
That's right.
I need you to go ahead and quit smiling too much.
A little too long there. A
Smiling
little
too
long.
much.
Mm-mm.
Get this page and move.
That's
That's
right.
it. That's
Grab
it.
that
That's
nine
it.
paper bag, get your tail up out of
That's
there.
it. That's it. So Charlie too just said, I knew I loved them when sitting in their presence was missed. When I noticed their attempts to speak my love language, even though it was not theirs. When I caught them looking at me and noticing new abrasions or imperfections, wanting to help me heal. When I wanted to learn their language to meet their love language at the level I received it. But I am careful not to assume they love me. I open lines of communication to protect both of our emotional states or skip an unnecessary ride on an emotional roller coaster.
That's another song.
That sound like
I would love Jones. That what she be, boy.
Yeah, that sound like an excerpt from a book.
She
I'm
should
sitting
be
up here
sitting
like,
right there with the light shining on her and just
and people sitting out in the audience just like,
Yep. Me and
Yeah.
Charlie, you have to write something. I have to hum in the background for you.
She said, say that, man.
Yeah.
That is what's up. Man, I'm telling you, boy, they getting deep on here.
yes.
Y'all sisters, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in awe. Vastly by glory.
So was the point of time, but I know we all went through this.
6:58, y'all.
Oh, is it? Oh, damn.
This topic was tight, boy. You got interesting.
My apologies. I guess I'll save that for the next one.
Go ahead, throw it out real quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be too lengthy. There's not enough time for that. It's not for y'all to respond.
Wow.
I'll remember it.
I want to know. Come on.
So when did y'all know that y'all were ready to be in love? If that makes sense. When were you fed up with playing
Yeah,
around
yeah.
with each other? I mean,
That was it.
Okay.
That was it.
Okay.
That was it for me.
For you.
When I got tired, I'm like, I'm tired of,
Mm-hmm.
this. I want somebody that's mine, belong to me, mine's alone. I can be comfortable with. I don't have to question. I don't have to guess. I was like, I guess I'm ready for a relationship. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You?
Okay, so we got like it's 58 minutes. All right, so I can give you a 3-minute version. When did I know I was ready?
Yep.
I would say between Renee and myself, there were so many things that occurred in my life with her. Same thing like with you. I was sick. I was actually hospitalized and then home, and she took care of me. And there's different things or whatever. So I could honestly say when I knew I was ready to say this was going to be it, I was ready to love. I was actually with someone else at the time, and while I was with them, hanging out with them, my mind was still fixated on her.
Mm.
And I knew then. And it was one of those moments in which even that person kind of got smart, and it was like, oh, well, why are you here? And my response was, you're right.
Mm.
And I cut it off with that person and been with my wife ever since.
Oh, that's so good.
And yeah, through the hard times or whatever, like you mentioned, A-Money, it's like you know, even though you still say this is worth the fight. So yeah, that was when I knew without a shadow of a doubt, yeah, I mean, it's the way
I
it
wish
is.
I had something, a sentimental story.
Yeah, you talk about cutting people. That's powerful.
It is.
That's powerful.
And there's more to it than that.
It is too, yeah.
It's always stuff that you remember when the show actually.
Yeah, it's more to Ben and I, but yeah, definitely.
You can share it the next time.
I think
for
for
sure.
me.
We might have to do a part 2 on this.
Oh, and one thing, because I know we have to get ready to go.
Yeah.
But Charlotte too. Did y'all get an opportunity to check her out on Thursday nights? Because I still think you'd be going live and doing your thing.
Yeah.
If you want some
Thursday too.
extraordinary conversation,
Yeah.
go on there and check her out. I hate that I can't check you out live because I'm working at the time, but I do try to go back and actually watch it later. So
Yep.
for the followers that's on here right now, check her out on Thursdays. My apologies.
Thursdays.
That's right. Top fan on Thursday. She said, "This is why I chose relationship consulting. I want to help people love being in healthy relationships." And sister, you've been dropping it tonight. We thank you for that. Guys, this was pretty deep right here. I think we need to do a part 2 on this. So y'all stay tuned. We're not gonna do it the next podcast show.
Right.
Yes.
We'll let you know when we're gonna do it. That'll get y'all mustered up and ready and to go ahead and share out there.
And I have some more sentimental things to share this time.
Yes.
Next time.
That's
Next
right,
time.
that's right.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Launch Factory for the studio and a
Thank
shout
you.
out on Instagram as well.
Thank you,
Yes,
Launch
thank you, Launch
Factory.
Factory.
We appreciate you. All right, y'all. So check this out. It is an hour in. We are done. If you get a chance, share this with other people tonight. It'll be up and running, and then of course we'll have this uploaded to our YouTube channel for people to watch. You know who we are. It's At the Round Table Podcast Show.
See you next week.
Pitbull in the dress. Ain't money.
Man that stirs a drink.
Hey, it's People's Podcast. Y'all be good. Peace.
Bye.